Hi, today we are having a new problem that is some binary tree. In this problem, you will be given a binary tree and you need to check whether this particular binary tree is a some binary tree or not. So, so you might be wondering what exactly it is if you do not know. So, what is a some binary tree? How would you define it? So a tree is called some binary tree where the value of any particular node of this tree is equal to the sum of the node present in the left subtree and the sum of the node present in its right subtree. Okay. So what exactly I am saying is, let me take this example. It will be so you will be so clear after. Yeah. So let's take this example to understand what exactly a some binary tree is. Okay. See, I told you that a tree is basically some binary tree if the value of its root node is equal to the sum of values present in its left subtree plus sum of values present in its right subtree. So what is the sum of values present in its left subtree? So the left subtree sum is, let me write left sum. Let's define it as left sum. Okay, so 10 4 plus 6, which is again 20, isn't it? Similarly, right sum will also 3 plus 3 6. Okay, so the total sum is 20 plus 6 26, which is nothing but the value of the root node. So I can say that yeah, this particular tree is some binary tree. So wait, there is one more thing that you need to understand. I cannot say by just finding out the just verifying it with the root node. Okay, I need to verify it with every root node by visiting in every subtree, whether it is left or right. I need to visit every subtree, even the leaf node as well. Okay, if every subtree of this tree is a some binary tree, then only I can say yeah, this is the some binary tree. Okay, let's say it satisfies the condition for this particular root node. I mean it is a some binary tree for this particular root node, but it is not satisfying the condition for this particular thing, then it will not be going to be a some binary tree. So I hope you get the question. So okay, so basically let's start. We can solve this particular problem in so many different ways. Okay, so let's start with the brute force approach. We should start everything with from scratch, everything from brute force. Okay, so what the brute force approach can be. So think about in this way. Let's say I am right here. Okay, so what all the things I need to verify whether it is a some binary tree or not for this particular root node. So for this particular root node, I require the sum of all the values present in its left subtree and sum of all the values present in its right subtree. So what I am requiring for now, that the left sum of let's say there is a function called sum, and I am requiring the sum of all the nodes, I mean all the nodes present in its left subtree. So how will I go? By calling the left subtree, and I am requiring also the right sum, isn't it? And here I will say sum of root of right, correct? Okay, after getting these two sum, what I can do is I can simply check. Let's say the original function is something like this. Let's say fun. Okay, original function is this, and I am given the root node of this particular, I mean the original root node of this binary tree. So what I can check whether the the root value is equal to the left sum and write sum. All right. And okay, this is one condition that you should check whether it is to check whether it is a some binary tree or not. But you need you also need to check whether every possible subtree is a some binary tree or not. That is why you need to check for each and every subtree by calling the function, by calling the function for every possible uh, for every possible subtrees. Okay. So yeah, so this is it. So I hope you got it. I hope you got it. So let's code this out. And one thing more, if you did not get it, and if you have any particular doubt, okay, just leave the leave your doubt in the comment section in this blog, so that I can understand that what exactly your problem. Okay, what exactly your problem is. Anyway, so let's move to the code and let's code this out quickly. Okay, there is one more thing. Okay, I'm sorry, I did not tell you one more thing. See, there is one more fact that we need to cover. See, an empty tree is a sum tree. Why? Because there is nothing. All right, we can consider it as 0. So that is why we can say that yeah, this is a sum tree. Okay. Similarly, a leaf node is also considered as sum tree, because let's say this 4, okay, this 4 doesn't have any children. So if, and this particular, let's say there is a virtual children, but it is not actually present right here, and it is null, isn't it? So this virtual children is also a some binary tree, because we are given the fact right here, an empty tree is also some tree. So we can consider is 0, and in the right part also we can consider it 0. So 0 plus 0. Okay. So all these things are some binary tree by themselves. Okay. So here 4 and 6 will sum to 10, which is equal to this particular value. Okay. So we need, even if it is not, let me actually clarify it. Even if you find out that this particular thing is not a sum binary tree, it may be maybe you can find out this thing, you can have this particular doubt as well, that okay, I have this, this is a null. Okay, this is null value, and we are asked to just consider it as 0. So if we consider it as 0, so the sum of this particular thing is not actually 4. So how can we tell this that this particular subtree is a some binary tree? But a leaf node is also considered as some tree, as we have right here it is written. So that is why we do not need to, even if it is not a some binary tree, but still we need to consider it as a some binary tree. Why? Because this is a leaf node. Okay, the question is actually telling us to consider it as a some tree. Okay, I hope it is clear. So let's move. So what we need to do, we need to check for each and every possibilities. So let's say there is no tree. In this case, we should return 1, as you were told. Okay, and one more thing is there. Let's say I hit something which is a leaf node. Okay, yeah, which is a leaf node. Then also I need to return 1, because I do not need to consider its children, because they are also some binary tree, and this particular leaf node is also a some binary tree. Cool. So after this, what I need the left sum, I mean the sum of all the nodes present in the left subtree of this particular root. That is why I need let's say a function called as sum. Okay, and I will pass root, that is a I'll pass this particular thing, and I also need a right sum, isn't it? Cool. So after getting all this thing, what actually I need, then I can check whether the value of this particular root node is equal to sum of these things, and I will now recursively check for each and every possible nodes. Okay, so I will write if this is true for the left subtree and this is true for the right subtree, then only I will return 1. I hope you are getting. This is quite straightforward line. And if it is not, then I will simply return 0. So yeah, actually I need to complete this particular function to get the sum, all right, of any particular tree, any particular subtree. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So here also I need to take care of few things, that if I hit something which is null, then I need to return 0 right here. Otherwise, what all I need is root val plus I need to take care of the left and right subtrees recursively. That is why I will call left and right. Cool. Yeah. So this is it. It will solve our every possible cases. See, I just find out the left and right sum in order to check whether the it is for any particular root node. It is true that the root value is equal to its left sum and right sum. Okay, and I will again move to some other root node present in its left or right children. Okay, let's check. Yeah, so it is correct. Now let's submit it to check whether it is actually working or not. Yeah, it worked. What? 400 out of 200? Oh my god. There is some bug. Anyway, so now let's discuss about its time complexity. Okay. Now let's discuss about its time complexity. So what exactly the time complexity right here? See, every time we are actually calling the same functions left and right children, isn't it? So this will lead to big O of n as n perfectly, but one sec. Along with it, we are also calling some other function, okay, to find out that particular the sum of that particular tree or subtree, whatever we can say. In every state we are actually dealing with a tree, isn't it? So in O's case, this particular sum will lead to again big O of n time, because let's say this particular thing. Okay, let's say this particular thing. So in this case, it will just find out the sum of whole tree in the left side and sum of whole tree in the right side. In some let's say we are right here in some other recursive call. So in this case, I'm just finding sum of all this thing and sum of all this thing in the right subtree. So this, in this way, it led to big O of n square, n into n. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now we can solve this particular problem more smartly, or in many ways, many different ways. Let me tell you one approach where you can just reduce this time complexity very, very smartly. Okay. Okay, let me discuss that as well with you. Actually, see, we are going to find the sum in place. Okay, we are going to find the sum in place. So what will we do? Let's discuss. Let's say I'm right here. Okay. Okay. Let's say I'm right here. I'm just right here. Okay. I'm right here. Okay. And I need to find the sum of all these things. So if I just see that in any way I find the root of the root's value is equal to the sum of all these things, what should I return out of this particular thing? I should return twice of this root value. Why? Because the root value is equal to the left and right sum of all its subtrees present in the left and right, isn't it? That's why I can simply return twice of this root value to its parent function. So in this way I can find uh, I, I can find the sum, okay, without calculating the sum using another function. So what am I exactly saying? See, these two function need to be there, okay, because we are dealing with this as well. I mean, whether the function is uh, a root node, I mean it is a leaf node, or it is null part, okay. So but I'm what I will say, okay, just need to write another function. I cannot do it this in here actually. Let's say there is a function. I will let's me define, okay. Let's say each can very weekend naming is some tree, okay, is some tree. Let's say this, okay. We will decide whether to return it or something like that, okay, after actually defining the function correctly, okay. So what can we do with this? All right, cool. So here we need to take care of few things as we are finding out the sum in place. I mean not using any extra function to find out whole you know sum by visiting each and every node in that particular state, I mean tree. So we will say if I do not actually, if the root node is null, then I will simply return 0. Otherwise what else should I take care of? Yeah, if I find that the node I'm right here is the leaf node, okay, then I should return the root value, isn't it? In else, I mean I need to check one more thing, that if root value is equal to, I will call this function only, okay. I will not call any other function. I will call this function only for its left and right child, okay, left and right subtree, correct. And this, if this is the case, then I can return what should I return? That twice of data of the root, isn't it? I hope you get it, I mean perfectly. This is the thing. And if it is not there, what should I return? Should I return -1 then? This is just a flag variable. This is not um, this is not what I actually define. This is just a flag. You can return anything right here. Let's okay. So here, if I get -1 in any way, that will tell me that it is not a is some tree, isn't it? So I will simply return if this particular function not returning -1, then I can say it is 1. Otherwise I can say it, okay, not, sorry, if it is not equal to -1, then I can say it is a some tree, otherwise it is not. Cool. What is that? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's correct. Now let's test it. Oh my god. So it is written in 0y. Okay, the array element basically representing there is many -1 in the input file as well, which is representing the null. Okay, that is why we should return something else. Let's say int max or main type of thing, isn't it? It will work, trust me. Anyway, so yeah, it will work now. It should work because the concept is purely correct. Yeah, again it is giving me 400 out of 200. I don't understand the logic. Anyway, so this is the solution, and hope you enjoyed the the concept behind it. And if you have any doubt, if you have any query, in any step that you did not get it, then you can please just fire your query in the comment section in this blog. I will surely get in touch with you if you have any query.